Good morning, coaster spotters. It is August 26th. It is day 15 of the European mega trip. Halfway point of the trip. This is our first full day in Germany. First of 12 with some quick diversions to Austria and Switzerland. But today we are at Hansa Park in northern Germany. So we have a few coasters of notability. We have Karnen, which is the world's tallest Gerschlager. We have a Schwarzkopf called Nessie, this classic looper. We have this giant drop tower with tilting seats. And then we have a launched Eurofighter, Flug down Northgar, or something like that. My pronunciation is terrible, so forgive me for that, but it should be a nice day. Hopefully that's not too crowded. The park is apparently open already, so we can go inside and explore for the next 40 minutes before the park officially opens the rides. All right, let's go in. Ticket price was 39 euros. Well, that's a nice welcome. We also have a Vekoma roller skater that goes through the loop of the Schwarzkopf. Pretty cool. We are obviously going to head straight to Karnen. Well, as I said, we have about a half an hour until the park actually opens. Doesn't seem like a lot of people arrived, so we're just kind of relaxing and taking in the park. This is Flug der something. It's their Eurofighter. I don't know much about the layout really. I'm assuming that big building right there is where the vertical lift hill is held. But so far it's a very pretty park. The only thing I'm really not excited for in this park is obviously the kids coaster and the Wild Mouse, but that's about it. Oh, and this is a ride right here. This is a little boat ride. Very cute. We're gonna have to do this if we have time. We'll probably do this. Hansa Park is very far north, and that is the sea right there. Look at that. I think this is a secondary entrance for maybe for the rail. So we just crossed over the train tracks today, and look, there it is. There's Karnen. Oh my goodness. So we also have some other things. Let's just keep walking around and we'll get to the action in a little bit. So I looked into this. This isn't part of the town. This is part of their resort. So that was the resort gate entrance. Absolutely gorgeous. I thought these were just part of the town. And you know, there she is. It's weird to think of it as a hypercoaster. Because Gerschlager, I mean, they're not really known for those, but technically it is. So I'm very interested about that element after the lift hill. Those two loops. Well, they're not loops. They're not inverting or anything, but like, I don't know. They've always looked really weird to me. So I'm wondering how they actually feel. I do know about the two secrets. I know about the secret in the lift, and I know about the secret after. And that's about all I'm going to say on the vlog. If you want to know about it, just look it up or listen to on the parkscope.net podcast. I will talk all about that in depth. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this drop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think this thing is I have very high expectations for this one, so we have a couple other things we need to do. I would really like to do the Gerschlager I forget what they're called. I believe we're about to see a lot of those in Germany. There are quite a few of those, so we have a full day here, so today is a good day to do it. Then we also have this giant bell pendulum ride, which I've heard has been toned down, or at least it was earlier this year. It has a really low capacity of only 6 riders per go, so we're gonna have to do that very early. Probably the second thing I do. All right, well, we're gonna go into we're not even allowed to film the queue line of Karnen. They will yell at you for filming that. Not like it would turn out very well anyways, so I will let you know how this ride is when I get off of it. 13 minutes till open. So we just got done with our first ride of Karnen. Wow, the theming on that thing is really impressive. I wasn't sure how. I knew that how you got row picked was random. So how it works is you are in a pre-room and you're in 4 different rows, and then lights up here in the row you're standing on randomly, and then there's sets of 4 doors corresponding to which row you're to go to. So there's 2 elements of randomness to it. So it's really impossible to pick what row you want to be in. As far as the ride itself, it was a little bumpy. I liked it a lot. It was very intense. The secret in the lift hill, I knew it was coming, but it still was quite thrilling. So we're gonna give it a few more rides after we do all the other coasters. This thing looks really weird and crazy, and it's got really low capacity. So let's see how it does. So it seems like it's a little bit more intense than it was running earlier this year, but not incredible. So really weird ride. Alright, so Diagarok, which I assume means the bell or something like that. Is it the most intense pendulum ride? No. Is it the weakest I've ever been on? No. It's in the middle. It's okay. It's definitely the best looking one though. That thing looks so cool. It was fun to do. Don't need to do it again though. Once was enough. It's a cool experience to do, and let's move on to those roller coasters. We have plenty of them. So I don't think it's gonna be that busy. In this part of Germany, summer holiday is either over or nearly over. Just judging from how many people are here at their main attraction, I don't think it's gonna be all that bad. So we'll have 7.5 hours more of this park and having fun. It says the wait for Karnan is less than 60 minutes. That's pretty broad. So there's that family coaster. That thing looks fun. We'll do the Crazy Mine, which is one of the few coasters I can actually pronounce the name of, because most of them in this park are in German. So let's go ahead and get on this Moyer Mouse, I think. I'll be able to tell you as soon as we see the cars and ride it. Well, this is quite impressive. I'd say this is one of the best themed standard mice I've seen. Really impressive, actually. So that was definitely more a mouse. The cars were incredibly tight, like no brakes, and that was incredibly uncomfortable for me because I'm so tall. I think I'm very, very close to the height maximum on that thing, so it was very uncomfortable. So now, see that building up there? You can actually walk to the top of that, and we will do that because the views of Karnan from it should be amazing. So, that was really fun. The queue line, you went through a little mine at the beginning, and it smelled like a real mine. I've been to real mines in Pennsylvania, and they got the smell down perfectly. That was phenomenal. Probably one of the best themed wild mouses that I can think of. I mean, this puts like Goofy Sky School to shame. Those Disney fanatics who say that you can't theme a wild mouse properly, or think that ride is crap because of their theming. No, their theming is just really bad. It's just not good. This shows you that you can theme a wild mouse and have a really cool experience. I might do it a second time, but we have better things to do right now. We're gonna go ride this family coaster called Verlaine Midgard. I don't know. I'm sorry. So Once again, another themed experience for your ride. Die Schlange van Midgard. That's my best. So that's one of the best family coasters ever as far as theming goes. This park doesn't know how to just put a roller coaster in. They have to theme it. It had a pre-lift section with a animatronic, speaking in German, so I couldn't understand it. Then there was a projection at the top of the lift hill, and it wasn't too bad either. It was kind of fun. So, you know what? I'm probably going to do that one more time. We got to go around twice, so I'd like to try it towards the front of the train. But, yeah, this park is not very crowded. And there are a lot of dogs, which is awesome. I think a lot of parks in Europe allow dogs. It's a shame that Dragon doesn't do a little bit more, though, I will say. And we have another one of these little bridges. I've known about this park for quite a long time, probably 15 years or so, because of the Schwarzkopf, obviously. But, you know, Carmen was 2015. Their little kiddie coaster, I believe, was last year. And then the Eurofighter, I imagine, was somewhere in the 2000s. So, they've really expanded this park. Oh my god, look at that climbing thing. Like, we were so doing that. And look at these dogs. So many dogs today. So, oh man. How does a park, a small park, relatively small park in Germany, as you can see, those brakes are not friendly. Yeah, this is a very harsh ride. It's a shame because it's such a good, I wish it was a mock, because mocks are so much smoother and their trains are more comfortable and it's the same layout. So it's very disappointing that the ride is so rough. Too bad they couldn't just like rip this one out and put a mock in instead. So we definitely have to go on the top of that tower though and get some video of Karnen and the surrounding area. That's gonna be a really good advantage point. All right, I think it's time for Nessie, the Schwarzkopf. Yeah, we've already ridden one Schwarzkopf in Germany last night at that fair. Yeah, and check out that really quick vlog I did last night where I just kind of walked around the fair in amazement. I think for this year it's Highlander. I believe this is the world's tallest gyro drop in the world, which is pretty impressive. It's a fun time, so it should be a similar experience to Dollywood. But also has tilting seats, I think. But let's hit Nessie first. I will say that that train needs to be rethemed. Those colors do not match. Now, this year for Nessie, what they've done is they've added a new station, rethemed it, made it fit in the area. It was a very, very, you know, the basic Schwarzkopf Carnival type station, and now they've upgraded it to fit with the theming and the overall, you know, appearance of this park of having really well-themed rides. The Schwarzkopf. Very excited for some Schwarzkopf love here. There's really not that many permanent Schwarzkopfs in the regions I was going on this trip. Like, man, I think this is the only one in Germany. There are a couple in France, but I don't think I'm doing any of them, unfortunately. There was a Jetstar being built at a small little park outside of Paris, but they couldn't get the parts required to get it operational, so they gave up on it, unfortunately. So this ride is nearly 40 years old, and this year they decided to add a huge theming package to it after nearly 40 years. It was opened in 1980, so that's just incredible that the park did this to this ride. It looks fantastic. Now, surprises. I was in the third to last row, and very powerful in some points. The helix was actually pretty weak. But there were 2 pops of really good airtime. Now, the ride's a lot shorter than I realized. When we dropped into that tunnel, I thought we were just dropping into the tunnel, but we were actually dropping into the brake run. So that was a little disappointing. But there was really good airtime right there. And there. Yeah, after this helix, I thought there was a little bit more to it, but that's pretty much it. So, yeah, honestly, one of the weaker sports costs as far as positive G's go, but better as in far as negative G's, because sports costs aren't really known for any airtime, other than like Shockwave and Mindbender. All right, let's go and do this Vekoma roller skater. That really needs. It's kind of weird how they rethemed everything, but they didn't really redo the station. Maybe that's next year? I have to imagine that's next year. So let's go try that out. It looks fun. I love how it goes through the loop, so that should be a lot of fun. Unlike Montezuma's Revenge, there's not a big cage around the track when you go through the loop. So that was definitely the best Vekoma roller skater I've ever been on. Really fun layout. It was actually pretty intense. It was really long. And the interaction with Nessie was great. Another thing about Nessie though, they had definitely upgraded that lift hill because, or this one is just specially made because usually the lift hills are not that fast on a sports car. They're typically very slow. So they put a lot of love into Nessie, which I love to see. A classic sports car that is near 40 years old get all that love and attention, and yeah, it's fun. I really like this park. It's not crowded. We're gonna just have. I needed this day. I needed an uncrowded day. We've had some really busy days recently. I mean, they haven't been insane, but they've just been annoyingly crowded. So to have a day like this is very welcome. Amazing use of space, putting this drop ride in the middle of Nessie. Next up is Highlander. Now look at this. There's tilt and there's super tilt. So for the first 3 hours, it's just going to be tilts, and then we have to come back for the last 5 hours for super tilts. That is very cool. They have different programs. So if you're a little scared of it at the beginning of the day, you can have a less extreme experience. That's really neat. Oh my goodness, Highlander. I don't think I have ever had so much to speak about a drop tower in my entire life. First of all, I am so mad that I can't film on rides on this park. The views of Nessie and the roller skater were amazing. They were both going up at the same time as we were. It was literally, we were almost rotating at the same speed as Nessie going around the first curve. Oh, it was just fantastic. And it took forever to go up. When you got up there, you tilted and then you untilted. So you actually do the drop tilted. I'm not sure how that works for super tilt. I'm very interested to see super tilt. And we just stayed up there forever. It's 400 feet tall. It is a absolutely gorgeous view of just the German countryside. As Nessie's making itself well known. Wow. And then after we untilted, we stayed up there for what seemed like an eternity. Even I was just like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Now, the drop itself is the best. No, not at all. I probably even like Zumanjaro more. Definitely Falcon's Fury and Drop Tower at King's Dominion are better. I even think that a drop line at Dollywood felt more intense for whatever reason. But it was a really good experience. And there's something else I need to talk about. I just have... Okay, so it's something I don't talk about, and I've been meaning to mention. It's just something that we're not used to in the United States at all. That some of these rides have their own soundtracks. A lot of them recently have been done by Imascore, which is a company... I forget where they're based out of, but they've done soundtracks for a lot of things. I think a few rides here have soundtracks by them. So it just adds to it, and that had a really good soundtrack. Carden has a great soundtrack. Oh God, what else? I think even the kiddie coaster, the family coaster had one. I think Nessie might have one. Everyone, it's part of the experience, and I really feel like it adds to it. It's not just the theming that's important. It's the whole package, and it's just, I don't understand how this park can do all this, and the parks in the United States don't. Maybe it's just not something that... the public visiting the parks just don't need it, care about it, want it, and the parks just don't do it. But I feel like they would, because everyone talks about Universal, everyone talks about Disney and their theming and all that incredible things. So would they be able to do it and it'd be something that's viable? I don't know, but it's just incredible that this park can do that. Let's just take a look at how long it takes to get up there. Now they're tilted, I believe. Yeah, they're totally tilted right now. I didn't even realize we weren't at the top of the tower during that. I know that Dollywood's is random. There's a few different programs. It can do it. I didn't even know the little castle piece on top of there. It's just so tall, it's hard to even make that out without a zoom. So...
A few moments later.
Ah, I see what it does now. Dollywood did that too. Those little girls screamed. Even they weren't even on the ride and they screamed. That's great. I'm very interested to do this. This observation tower looks so tiny compared to Highlander, and even Carnan. It's hilarious. It should provide pretty good views of the surrounding area, and we can obviously take pictures from there, I assume. This park's very strict about pictures in certain places. Queue lines on ride is definitely like hell no. But and just look at this. Look how, it's just a grade above water. We might do this one just because of its cool setting. So, all right, we're gonna go do the Eurofighter. Oh man, so we're gonna be done all the credits by 11:30. That means we'll have another 6.5 hours to enjoy the park, ride Carnan a bunch of times, ride a few flat rides. I just taken the entire experience. Did I need a full day here? Probably not. But the problem is there wasn't really anything else close by, and this is very far north, so I just didn't want to add it with anything else. So there we go. Well, this looks fun. I like this turnaround. I've heard this is rough, so we're gonna have to find out for myself. Yeah, but it should be a very early evening into the Airbnb, which is the same one I had last night, thank God. It's an entire apartment on the top floor. It's very, very nice. I have a whole kitchen, so I'm definitely gonna find a supermarket around here that hopefully closes at 7 so I can grab some supplies and have a nice evening in. Definitely edit the hell out of videos for probably 6 hours tonight. And yeah, you'll have known that that's when I was able to get a lot of videos up. So, all right, I don't know how to get to this coaster. Oh, look at these. It's like the Country Bears. Look at this. What the heck? It's totally the Country Bears. They're just as creepy as the Country Bears. By the way, close the hell out of Country Bears. Those things are just, I hate them. Like, I literally despise them. And I don't like looking at them. They freak me out for whatever reason. And these ones, pretty much the same. Looks like they'd go every other half hour. So it's either at 30 or at 00. Okay, let's find, that's the log flume. So I assume what we're looking for is over here. This park is very confusing as far as where you expect the entrances to be. And I'm on the train station platform, but I think I can go that way. Okay. Again, I don't know anything about this one, other than it looks amazingly themed. Wow. It's just incredible, this park. Now, is it better than Efteling? No. No. Hey. My German watchers, if you're there, or you're hearing this years later and I've become really big on YouTube, tell me how bad my pronunciation is. I know it's really bad. So I love how it has like a description of the experience on every ride. Anyways, let's go ride. I'll let you know how it is. 2009, 62 mile per hour, 131 feet, 2,300 feet in length. So it's actually kind of short. So I love how the doors are suggesting like enter at your own risk. Like, yeah, we're open, but beware. And why is there a sensor right there? This line is incredible. All right, looks like we got pretty much.
Идите отсюда. Вы находитесь в большой опасности.
Okay. Seems like I triggered some things. What the heck was that? That was really different. Huh. Okay, first of all, it had a really bad line actually. There was only one guy doing it. He was okay. If you had a second person going though, like those dispatches could be like so quick. As I've seen like on Untamed at Kenobi, they're so quick on their dispatches just there. But we were like nowhere near the entrance. Like, the entrance is like all the way over there. Yeah, it had a dark ride section beforehand with animatronics and projected faces that looked like so obvious. So that was kind of a little distracting. But I thought you went right into the lift hill. Instead, you went right into the launch. I had no idea. It does that airtime hill that you can see outside, that weird turnaround that kind of is like Magnum. Then a barrel roll up into the vertical lift hill, an animatronic halfway up, vertical drop. Then like it was like an overbank, like a Stengel dive type thing, and then that was it. There was no other inversion. So that was very weird. Yes, it had a line, but I used a single rider line, which no one was using. And I pretty much had to be aware of the fact that it was time for me to go, because the guy was definitely not like calling for a single rider. Or at least I don't think he was. I didn't let him have the chance to. I just went when I saw that there was 3 people in a row. If you were in a regular line, that could have been quite a while. It is 10:47, so that took like 17 minutes or so. So that's not bad at all. Definitely want to do this boat ride. Maybe we'll do a swinging ship today. I don't know. I feel like doing flat rides today. We have the time. That is for certain. So let's go and hit that kiddie coaster, and then we are done with all the roller coaster credits. I think I'm going to go straight back to Karnen. I really need to give that one another try. By the way, the smoothness of Vecton Northon, it was okay. It wasn't rough. It wasn't smooth. It was somewhere in the middle. It was fine. It was fine. This is the same thing as I think Denley's Park that we did. It's a Preston and Barbary, but it's the same thing as Hot Tamale, because Preston and Barbary bought all of LNT Systems plans and started building their own. Another thing about the Eurofighter, what you see outside is the majority of the coaster, to be honest with you, and then you can even see the shapes of the buildings of what it actually does inside. There's not much surprises. It's a really short ride. It was 2,300 feet long, so definitely not much to it. And that turnaround is so Magnum. I couldn't think of what it reminded me of this morning, but now I did once I rode it. So, let's go ride this. Pretty standard. I like how they made it kind of look like a wood coaster. That's really cool. Is a wood coaster in their future? That would be pretty cool. I can only imagine the theming they would do to a wood coaster. I think it would rival Efteling with George and the Dragon. I think they would do something amazing that would blow people's minds. All right, we're gonna go on the observation tower. Here we go on the Hansa Park observation tower.
Ja, das stimmt. Dann ist es immer dafür, dass das nicht so schlimm. Weil es ja warm ist.
Was fahren wir jetzt? Ne? Die rote? Da hinten. Das ist die große Schlittschaufel.
Look at this. It's a museum right here, a maritime museum. Huh. This is weird. So they have 2 different log flume type rides. One they call a super splash, and one they call a log flume. So let's try with the big one, the super splash. It's got a weird structure for its station, with a really weird steel truss structure. Man, this park is weird. I don't know why everyone was at Schleswig-Holstein, or however you pronounce it. Look at this structure. This is so weird. This looks like a shoot the chutes, but not. Let's see how big this splash is. Yeah, looks like a log flume splash. I was gonna say, this looks like a splash pad, and then as soon as I started approaching it, it turned on. I thought it was off. That would have been so bad if I had been standing on one of them. It's got some kind of weird, like, dip in the middle of it. I'm definitely sitting in the back seat on this one. That is just weird. So this ride is very weird. The anti-rollbacks on the lift hill, they didn't seem to be really like they would do anything if there was a something bad were to happen. They weren't really sticking out of their hole very much to actually catch a boat. So that was a little disconcerting. Maybe they're fine. Interesting enough, up there for that slow turn, it actually is recirculating the water within just that turn, and then you know, pumping a little up for the effect for the first drop. But yeah, that's it was really rough coming down that first drop, and really bouncy, and those seats were very hard. It kind of hurt the nether regions a little bit, to be honest with you. A little bit of airtime, but it was painful, so didn't really like it too much. Now, a weird thing is, I'm trying to get a shot of it, but one boat actually has a booster seat built into the seat, so kids of a smaller size can actually ride. Let's take a look. See, look at that. Booster seat. It seems like only one boat has it, and there's only one seat. It's in the left middle seat right there. You can see it's totally a booster seat. That is so weird. Look at it. That is so weird. Alright, let's go do the other log. This one might actually have a little bit of a line, because it's the more traditional one, and Super Splash is like located in like a really dead off of the way area of the park. So I really want to try the Eurofighter again, because I just need to know what the heck was going on with that thing. It was just so bizarre. That ride was really weird. I know that's really non-descriptive, but that's all I can think of is how weird it was. Alright, this one looks fun. Let's go take it for a ride. Some nice theming to it. Pretty basic theming, but I'll excuse it compared to all the other ones. I like how once the Eurofighter gets to this area, they actually painted the supports and track a different color. Approaching it, I thought they just didn't finish the paint job, but no, they were just making it fit into the area better. If it was Six Flags, they just wouldn't have finished painting it, or Busch Gardens for that fact. I'm talking about you, Apollo. All right, let's go. All right, so that was fine. It was okay, Loxton. It went underneath of a Flucht Lockhard, and it had a drop at the beginning, almost out of the station, so I didn't expect that. So that was neat. And yeah, it was fine. So it was pretty standard log flume, nothing to really talk about. We're pretty much done with all the rides I want to ride today, other than that boat ride and the Gerschlager flippy thing. So I think it's time to go ride Karnen again and give it another try, because I really haven't given my opinions on the coaster itself yet, because I really wanted a second ride before I really talked about it. But first, I think I'm gonna go ride Nessie really quickly. Alright. Look at this. There's like a part of a boat that they cut up and put on dry land that you can explore. This is so bizarre and neat that they would do this. Definitely weird. These slides look pretty wicked. I'm gonna go on them. Well, I was looking for some good views up here. Not much, so I guess it's time to head down. That was alright. Didn't quite make it to the bottom though. I simply find it incredible that they would add all this theming this year to this 39-year-old coaster. It's fantastic, man. And it looks really, really good too. It's not some kind of like hacked on, half-assed thing. It looks really good. I take back what I said about Nessie earlier. That thing definitely needed a little time to wake up. She has woken up very nicely. Had a backseat ride and a second to last backseat ride. They're letting you re-ride, which is very nice. And I enjoyed it. That airtime off of that second drop and the first drop, and then kind of float her over that little hill right there. Oh, it's very good, very powerful. Oh. It's a scorched off. It's awesome. So, yeah, we'll definitely take more rides on that. That should be probably walk on all day, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Gonna do the skater again. Well, I'm so glad I just took that ride. We were going through the helix as Nessie went through its vertical loop. Oh my goodness, that was so cool. Nessie was over us, under us, all around us. And then we interacted with Nessie again in throughout the entire ride. That was a really cool experience. Look at these tiny little more cars. So we're gonna go find that ropes thing. I keep saying it, but I'm gonna head to Carnan eventually. I kind of just wanted to finish doing the entire park, and then I will, ride the heck out of the coasters I want to ride again. We might do that eventually. Until then, though, let's do this treehouse thing. Okay. Let's go. This looks cool. Look at that. I need to see these steps. Look at these. Oh my god, these are terrifying. It's really hard to convey how steep these are. Alright. Not very interesting views at Carnan. It's just like a wooded foresty area now, with a few things that you can go down. Oh god. These are not made for my height. This is absolutely terrifying. And I'm not even gonna attempt those. Okay, I don't even know how to get out of here. I'm lost. I think we go to the right. Look at that, it brought us right to Carnan. Perfect. I would like to say I planned that. And let's just go if I did. Alright, very excited. Let's go on another ride on this. I feel like it's supposed to be set up for a single rider, but it isn't. I don't know what's going on, but I really wish there was a single rider line. It's very disappointing. So that's the only other thing we need to do right there for this park and the boat ride. And the little mini log flume, why not? Alright, so we just took 4 more rides on Carnan. It's pretty much a walk-on. The experience takes a while to do, though, with the selection process and all that, and the baggage. So it was probably like 10 minutes per ride, maybe. Nah, it's probably not that long. So I lucked out. My first 4 rides, 3 were in the front and 1 was in the back. 5th ride was in the second seat. I was kind of going to see how long. And the last time I actually just chose the row. If I had chose the other row, I would have gotten the back seat. It's an intense ride. The thing in the lift hill, it's cool, but it just takes forever for that thing to happen. So it's after the 5th time, it's actually starting to get a little annoying. I could do without it. It's cool, but it's not that intense. I will say though, it flashes inside after the second surprise. The on-ride photos flashes, and it is like extremely bright. So be warned of that if you want a good photo or just to shade your eyes. But it's a very intense ride. I can't do my hands up on it. It's a little bumpy, but I'm actually getting used to it. Airtime is fantastic. The G-forces are just out of this world. Really good ride. Man, we're doing this family coaster again. I liked it. I think this will be the only other time I do it though. Alright, somehow I feel like what's happened to this raft right now would happen in the United States all the time. I doubt it was done by purpose right now, but yeah, this would be a common occurrence in the United States. So I'm sure they have some kind of plan for this when it happens. I'm not sure what it is. And we gotta go jump on that damn thing. I don't care. We gotta go jump on that big bubble. We're gonna do the Gershlaller Sky Roller. Oh, this guy's crazy. Got Carnan going, we got the kid coaster going, and we got this guy falling into the water. do this. While we're waiting for this ride to cycle, we'll go jump a little bit. There's Carnan, and I'm jumping on a giant bubble in Germany. Alright, so first ride I got 39, second ride I got 44, and that is the high score of the day. Very nice. And that was my first try on it. So I bounced on that bubble for a while, rode Carnan a bunch of times, flipped the heck out of this thing. I think our day is going pretty dang good. So that flips a heck of a lot easier than the Mall of America one. I thought because that one had more of a lap bar, over the head lap bar. I thought that was going to cause it to not flip whatsoever because you couldn't move your body around. But I think just from my experience on Skyhawk at Canada's Wonderland, I was able to figure out how to flip it really quickly. The first time, it took a while. The second time I got it going really quickly, and then I used my legs a little bit to get some extra speed into it. So I'm always distracted by Carnan. Yeah, I don't know. I really like Carnan. I don't know if I love Carnan. It's a really solid ride, but after 5 rides, I'm starting to be like, I'm pretty good. So we're gonna watch this go, and then see if anyone else can do anything like me with the high score of the day of 44 flips. And I think that's more than I did at Canada's Wonderland. I'm pretty sure it was, but this might be a longer cycle. I love the theming on this. This looks absolutely wonderful with the giant rock on the end. That's a counterweight. So, all right. So we're just gonna let this go, and I don't know what I'm doing yet. I want to get some food. Here's the trick. As soon as you start swinging the other way and you get that momentum up, reverse your wings almost immediately. It's just like the flyers at Knoebels. As soon as it gets all that momentum to start moving one way, you don't need to be flapping your wings the other way. You actually kind of want to put the brakes on it almost immediately. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's it. I think some people just like hang back and enjoy the ride. That's the funny thing about this ride is it can be like the most intense ride ever with 44 flips, or you can just hang out and just dive a bunch, which actually probably isn't a little more enjoyable. It is very, very tiring and disorienting to go 44 times. Oh, that guy finally got it. Now just hold it. Tuck your legs in because you want to get your center of gravity as you just want to, your legs outward is going to slow you down. There you go. See, that guy's got it. He's got it. All right. Well, that's been your commentary with the Gerstwaller Sky Roller. And let's go do this tiny log flume. Oh, they fixed the rope bridge. All right, rope bridge 2, or rope raft thing number 2 of the trip. This one's a heck of a lot easier. That support there is intriguing. It's like a wild mouse support. This thing looks actually kind of fun, huh? It would probably get you wetter than the other 2 flumes, if I were to guess. So this is the cutest thing, this little log flume. So I'm in the adult seat, but then the front 2 seats are kitty seats. Little smaller ones like booster seats. So cute.
Saft und so. Dabei muss ich wieder an meine Liebe.
So apparently this is the meat eatery, and apparently it's still going over more of a re-theme next season. I mean, this looks nicer than most U.S. park restaurants, and they're not done. I got a currywurst with really thick chips. I like it. And then this giant beer. The sausage is excellent. The chips are really good. This beer is phenomenal. In America, this beer would be over $10 alone, and this was 980 euros, so a little over $10. So the food prices here are so much more affordable, but I'm paying a lot more in other ways. Gas is what's really killing me on this trip. I mean, we still have close to 3 hours left. I could leave right now and be perfectly happy. I'm not going to because I have nothing else planned, and anything else I would do would be just stupid. There's some credits around, but there's nothing special, and everything always had to have a reason to go to for the credits, whether it be one special coaster at that park or a park nearby from another park that I really wanted to go to that had a bunch of credits. So those were the rules of the trip, so I'm obeying by them, and I just don't want to do anything crazy today. I could leave and go get some credits, but I'm having too much of a good time, and the crowds are so low today. It's so nice. A lot of the restaurants are closed today, though, because of that, but that's fine. I mean, So I just did the super tilt version, and check out all those speakers there between the seats. That's amazing. Big difference is that tilt happens on the drop, so you don't untilt until after you get down. So it's not that much of a tilt. It's only like 30 degrees maybe at most, but it's still very effective at being very terrifying. Yet another boat that's just been put on land. Incredible. I really like how they play to the area's heritage a little bit. Yeah. Don't you just love the sound of a Schwarzkopf going through its vertical loop? Oh, just music to my ears. It's incredible how tall that Highlander is. It really is amazing. Alright, well this is happening. I don't know what's happening, but it's happening. What the hell is that thing? Okay, we're gonna do just laugh at me now. Blummenmerbootsfahrt. Boat ride. I know fart means a ride. I know that from Bolton. Alright, this looks like it will be fun. It's got like classical music. It's got the Nutcracker playing right now, actually. So that's fun. So let's talk about the Eurofighter. So I took 2 more rides. I keep getting the front seat of the single rider line. So the theming is absolutely magnificent. There's no question about that. Like, that ride is themed better than most roller coasters anywhere, Disney included. Now, if you were to take that coaster and clone it without any of that theming, man, it would be a really dumb layout. You know, it's a launch into Airtime Hill, into almost a stingle dive, into the pretzel turnaround like Magnum, then a 0G roll, then a vertical lift hill, a drop, and another stingle dive, and into the brakes. It's okay. It's okay. It's not. You know what? It's just weird. It's not good weird. It's not bad weird. It's just weird. And they're obviously setting up for some kind of a nighttime thing that will be. Looks like it will be absolutely phenomenal. Right now, it kind of looks a little yucky because all the wires are exposed. So, but you know, sometimes you just gotta sit down and enjoy a boat ride. So. If this thing went on as long as Walligator did, I would be asleep right now. Oh my god, I am so tired. But, I mean, there it is. It's not particularly smooth, but it's not particularly rough. It's kind of bouncy. It's not really headbangy. For at least me, it isn't. I'd say it's better than Carnan, really. Carnan's really bumpy. Like, by the end of the day, I no doubt will have a headache, and I really wish I hadn't left my tunnel back at the Airbnb about an hour away. But, you know, it's really better than most. Top 10, top 25, nah. But it's fun. As far as the day's going, it's a nice day, you know. It's not hot, it's not cold. It's reasonable weather. The thing about Europe, it seems, they don't have water fountains. And I feel weird. I think I'm going to do it because I don't feel like paying for water. You know what? I'm just going to fill my water in the bathroom. I don't care. I don't feel like paying €3 for water. But no, it's just not a thing to have water fountains. I've looked at this park and others, and Disney did. We got about an hour and a half. I didn't even realize it was that late. As I said before, I could have been on another park, but just which wasn't anything convenient. And this park was kind of expensive. It was like 40 euros, and it's $8 to... No, it was $4 to park. So parking's actually very reasonable. So actually, when it comes to it, it's not that much more expensive than other parks. Parking and ticket included. So that's it. I'm just going to ride a bunch of stuff, and we'll wrap it up later. Alright, so I decided to do Eurofighter. One more time. I'm gonna try for the back seat one more time. I was already like right by the entrance after using the facilities. And by the way, the water here is very good even from the sink. So there you go. Probably gonna just keep doing that the rest of the trip. Here's the thing. Water costs as much as freaking beer. So usually I would never drink beer because it's like $10, but here it's usually like €3, which is like ridiculous. So there you go. All right. Some more things about this ride. First of all, on the exit, you can go downstairs. Or you can go down the slide. Then I know it's really dark, and then this exit has got to be the weirdest exit I have ever experienced in my entire life. Alright, so it splits, and if you keep following this path, it leads to a closed door. It says, today this is closed, or something like that, and then it goes through this, and then literally it is just switchback. This makes no sense. See, then we're in a line. So that is very bizarre. So some things I forgot to mention before. In the show scene, it actually has a really good Pepper's Ghost effect. Problem is, the half-silver mirror that does the effect is like the most obvious mirror I have ever seen for that type of effect, ever. The ride is definitely a heck of a lot smoother in the back seat, as most Gershlaw Eurofighters I have found are. They also have one of these pony rides, which I love and love doing. What? All right, this one has shoot guns. Okay, we're doing this. This one has a gun. What the heck? This one has a gun. That is crazy. We're gonna do this. So somehow I completely missed this Wild West section. I like it. It's nice. It's simple. And the restaurant smells really good. I kind of wish I'd eaten there. But we're gonna go do this water ride that I have yet to do. I forgot to go up to that vantage point near the Wild Mouse, so we're gonna do that, and then close it out on Nessie. So this is, I think, similar to what Six Flags New England used to have, and what Six Flags America does have. But yeah, it totally is. So, as I said, I haven't seen like a lot of people doing this earlier, so I don't know. Yeah, there's like no line. So let's go take for a ride. I will say this is much longer looking than the one at Six Flags ever was. Now, I like Hansa Park, but some parts of them, I've seen these really ugly covered corrugated tunnels, and one is in that building right over there, and then I saw another one leading, it almost looks like an extended queue for Carnan that's not used anymore. I don't know. It's very, very, very strange. So let's go take this raft on. All right, so this was really fun. It spun really, really fast. Like nearly as fast as I can spin a teacup ride. So that was quite impressive. Yeah, it was fun. It was really long as I thought it would be. And then there's this fantastic theming once you get down here. There's a wave machine, a couple of spurters. They didn't get us wet, unfortunately. I kind of wish they had. Look, that fountain's actually doing something now. That's cool. That's cool. So, yeah, I was hoping this would be more fun, but it just isn't. It's got a really weird drive mechanism. Let's zoom in on that. See, it's on that giant wheel there with that little motor. That's all that drives it. That tiny little motor is all that drives this ride. I think it just all has to do with counterbalance. It's quite impressive. So, all right, we're wrapping up the day. We have 40 minutes left. This has to be one of the coolest towers that you can walk up of in theme park history. This is ridiculous, the view from here. And it's shaking too. Double ride in the second seat, and then we were on the last train and I was in the second to last seat. We came back and well, I need to know what they were saying. I knew they were saying, do you want to ride again? And everyone cheered for it, and yes, and everyone was cheering, clapping. Oh, it was fantastic. So I have to say, everyone involved at Hansa Park, if you're somehow, some way watching this, which I doubt you are, thank you so much. Your park is absolutely wonderful. This is one of the most underrated parks in Europe that I have been to so far. Obviously, I'm only halfway through this trip, so there's a lot more to go, but I don't think anything can top this for just a smaller park that people don't typically talk about. It's quite impressive. The amount of detail and service, cleanliness, operations were fantastic. Everyone was very friendly. And look at that, Highlander also got a double ride, and that ride takes forever to go. It's a long cycle. That's like a 3-minute cycle at least, because it takes so long to lift up. But yeah, this has been one of the better days. It very much helped that it was not crowded, and they have phenomenal roller coasters with the Eurofighter, with Carnan, with Nessie, even the roller skater, very good. Their family coaster is fantastic. Their Wild Mouse is probably one of the best Wild Mouse themes I've ever seen. some good log flumes. And then, I mean, as far as the flat rides, I didn't do any of them, but most of them are very well done as well. So, it's been a wonderful day. We are done for the day. And thank you so much for watching. This has been Alex for day 15 of the European Mega Trip. Be sure to hit that playlist, and I'll see you tomorrow for Heidi Park. Yes, we're riding the Intamin prefab along with 2 B&Ms and a bunch of other awesome stuff. Bye.